general came in favor for no, that they will be regarded in the same way. If you mention the colonialism, why can't they then be compared in the same way or in the same measures? Why can't Europe stand up and say for those countries, for instance, to Turkey, okay, Turkey, we want you to join us, but first we want you to recognize the genocide on the Christians. You have to give the minorities their minority rights, the indigenous people their indigenous rights, and so on. If these things possible, or does Europe want, do you think, Mr. Casaca, to put such questions on the agenda?
Well, I don't know. Sometimes I think that the problem is, the lack of will of going for policies that will meet resistance, and the easiest thing is to do what will be less resisted. And I mean, you have a point on what you said, and this is very, very sad to see that things are going like that. I mean, if you look to the Greater Middle East, what is the country where Europe gave more of the attentions was actually Iran, because it is really the nurture of most of the terrorism, and now threatens with a bomb. And this is a tremendously self-defeating policy, because if you do this kind of thing, you are obviously saying, well, the way for us to be recognized is to make terrorism. To a certain extent, there are those who say that the reason why that the Palestinian cause is so much well known is because of the terrorism. Otherwise, they would not be known. And if you come to this conclusion, we are really with a big trouble. I hope so not. So I think that we must make an effort to have a different policy towards the Greater Middle East. Of course, it's not the Mediterranean policy. I mean, Mediterranean as such from the Romans is not really existing. I mean, it makes not much sense in my view. I think it makes much more sense to speak about a reality, which is the Greater Middle East is a reality, and to address this area with proposals that are consistent. And the consistency of these proposals has to be based on the respect of others and non-confessional states. This is a must, in my opinion. A confessional state is a state that does not allow you to have the religion you want, of course. And that's something I think that has to be tackled.
Well, this is questions that I believe that in the future will be discussed more and more. And in the beginning in our conversation we mentioned the resolution 1559, and I want to close this discussion on this issue also. Do you two believe that there is reality to bring this resolution to an end? Mr. Ronnie?
No doubt about it. Of course, we didn't run so far to stop now. We will not stop, and we are working from different countries with different organizations. For example, in Sweden, it's mostly the Aramaic Democratic Organization that is working for this resolution. In other countries, we have allies working for that, and we will not give up, because if we give up, it means that you are giving up on, first of all, on Lebanon, because when time goes by, with every year, the Hezbollah organization is getting stronger and taking bigger hand over Lebanon. So if we don't stop them, actually we should have had this resolution 10 years ago. We didn't because of many reasons. Today we should do it. If we don't do it, we have to do it as fast as possible, because with every year this organization gets stronger and harder and bigger. And when they get bigger, Lebanon and the democracy people in Lebanon will get weaker and weaker. So we have to, and we will reach it. Don't worry, we will reach it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Casaca.
Well, I am very proud to be side by side with people so committed like Ronnie and like yourself. And from my side, I will do my best to help you achieving this goal. It is clear that it makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to have this resolution, to have so many, such a strong UNIFIL presence now in southern Lebanon, and still you can see in the cameras Hezbollah making the preparations for the next war, digging tunnels, defenses, and everything.
Training camps, you know.
Training camps. I mean, it is preposterous. I mean, what are we doing there? Are we defending peace, or are we preparing the next war? It's amazing. And when, for instance, when I said to French diplomats, I mean, when I referred to them, well, the way that they were really treating Hezbollah like they would be a credible, normal organization, they told me, well, but you know, we are so deeply involved, so many people there, so many soldiers, that we cannot afford to be too strong on Hezbollah. But I mean, this is crazy, because this is the reversal of the role. And so the troops, instead of being in one place to impose a solution, are hostages to the solution of the enemy. This is absolutely crazy, and I hope that the things will go differently as soon as possible. I think this has to do with a firm position towards Tehran expansionism, and we have to confront it everywhere, from Lebanon to Iraq. Iraq is by far the main battlefield right now, to Syria, to anywhere else.
Can we, to bring this resolution 1559, the UN resolution, do you think that can we do more in the European Parliament, from the committee of this resolution, from supportive organizations like Syriac Universal Alliance? Can we do more, or do you expect us to do more in European Parliament to achieve this goal?
I think that we have to work more and more together, all of us. I think that all of those committed to a peaceful Middle East that respects minorities have to work more and more together. That's why I am in so many different areas, but I think all of them are compatible. Friend of a free Iran, Iraq with a future, 1559 in Lebanon, friend of Israel. Everything is compatible, and I think it's possible and desirable to put it together and confront those enemies of freedom and democracy, those who want to, those who have the school of death, as Ronnie was saying a while ago. That was, they are the party of death, of hate, of destruction, and we have to be as firm, or more firm than they are, defending life, love, and construction.
Thank you very much for joining this discussion, and hope that we can continue not only such discussion, but our discussions on the issues on the resolution 1559, the genocide issue on the Syriac Aramean people during the First World War, though we know that there are other genocides before, and but also the present situation of the Christian people in Middle East in general, and the Syriac Aramean people in particular. Thank you again, and I wish you the best of life. God bless you. شنو عم يقرأ تودي نفرج خو علي مملانو بإنجليش شويو كمنا نخو لليو باسيمو فوشن بشلومو